Good morning, students. Hello. So, in the last lecture, we have seen the expression for the banked road, and also we have seen the most safety speed for the vehicle to be driven on the banked road, also the maximum and minimum range of the speed. So, today we are going to solve one problem on the banked road. So this is the problem we are solving from the textbook of the exercise problem number 14. So what's the problem? Let's see. It is given the part of a racing track is to be designed for a curvature of 72 meter. Means the radius of the track here is given 72 meter. Then we are not recommending the vehicles to drive faster than 216 kilometer per hour. Means here the most safe speed is 216 kilometer per hour. So here the speed is given in kilometer per hour. So we have to convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second. See here, 1000 we have to multiply it by 1000 upon 60 into 60. So it will become 60 meter per second. Again, what is given? What is asked? See, with what angle should the road be tilted? So at what angle should the road be tilted means you have to find the angle of banking, theta. And by what height will its outer edge be with respect to the inner edge? If the track is 10 meter wide. So the width of the track is given to you 10 meter. And suppose this is your inner edge and this is your outer edge. Then how much should be their outer edge must be raised at what height? This edge you have to find. Okay. So what we have to find in this problem? First one is angle of banking theta and the height of the edge. So we have seen the expression of the most safe speed. There we have seen that tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. So therefore theta is equal to tan inverse of v square upon rg. So tan inverse of v will substitute the value. Here v is equal to 60 meter per second. So it will be 60 square upon r is 72 into take the value of g as a 10. So it will become, so 60 square is 3600 upon 72 into 10 is 720. So it will become 3600 upon 720. The answer comes equal to 5. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 5. You have to find this tan inverse of 5 in log table. So in log table you will get the value of tan inverse of 5 as 78.69 degree. So how much should be the theta? Angle of banking should be 78.69 degree. Now let us find out the height h. So from this figure you will get clear that sin theta is equal to h upon width. Let w be the width. So you will write sin theta is equal to h upon w. Rearrange this. You will get h is equal to w sin theta, where w is the width. Width is given 10 into sin theta. Theta we have found. See 78.69. And substitute the value. Find the sin theta, that is sin of 78.69 from log table. And you will get the value 0.9805. Multiplied by 10, the value will be 9.80 9.05 meter. So the height should be 9.805 meter. So I hope you might have understood this problem. If you have any doubt, ask me, and also go through the solved problem from the textbook. The solved problem is based on there it is asked the maximum speed limit and minimum speed limit. It is very easy. If you will read this, you will understood. I know. And even though if you have any doubt in the solved sum, you ask me. We'll solve this again and we'll discuss it again. Okay? So now we'll move for the next concept, that is conical pendulum. So simple pendulum is known to you, right? So in simple pendulum, what is there? One support, and in one with the rigid support to one string, a bob is hanged with the string, right? And it performs the oscillatory motion about the mean position. Then what is conical pendulum? You can see this diagram, then you will get a clear idea about the conical pendulum. Conical pendulum is also a pendulum. Okay, here is one bob, whose bob describes the horizontal circular motion. In conical pendulum, this bob describes the horizontal circular motion, and while the string describes a cone. Okay, this string describes a cone, like an ice cream cone. You might have seen the ice cream cone. There you will get a cone, right? So this angle theta, it describes, let this be the angle theta, is the angle described by this string. So this is a conical pendulum. We'll revise the definition of conical pendulum. Conical pendulum is the pendulum whose bob describes the horizontal circular motion and string describes a cone at the support. Okay. So here we are going to find the period and frequency of the bob, or period and frequency of conical pendulum. So let us consider a conical pendulum in which capital L is the length of the string. Let M be the mass of this bob B. Okay. Now you consider a bob at the position B. When the bob is at position B, what are the forces acting on this bob? First one, vertically downward, its weight mg acting, right? The second one is the tension in the string T0. Okay, T0 is the tension in the string which is vertically upward, not upward, sorry, which is directed upward but along the string. Okay, the direction of the string tension is along the string and towards the point A. Okay, upward but towards the point A, that is T0. These are the two forces acting on the bob B. But as this bob is performing horizontal circular motion, there must be the horizontal resultant force acting, and which should be towards the center. That is, resultant force must be horizontal centripetal force. So for that, the vertical forces must be get cancelled. Then only the only resultant will be horizontal. Right. So we should resolve this tension into two components. One is vertical component and one is horizontal component. So vertical component is T0 cos theta and horizontal component T0 sin theta. Now this vertical component T0 cos theta balances its weight mg. So the vector sum of T0 cos theta and mg becomes 0. So they cancel each other, and our vertical forces becomes 0. Now the only force acting is horizontal T0 sine theta, which is a centripetal force, resultant centripetal force. So we can write the two equations. T0 cos theta is equal to mg. Let this as equation number 1. And second one is T0 sin theta is equal to mr omega square. Let us divide this equation 2 by equation 1. So we'll get T0 sin theta upon T0 cos theta is equal to mr omega square upon mg. Here T0 get cancelled and on this side get cancelled. So we'll get sin theta upon cos theta is equal to r omega square upon g. So let us rearrange, therefore after rearranging, omega square is equal to, take g on this side, it will be g sin theta upon r cos theta. Take this r on this side. So we'll call this as equation number 3. What will get equation number 3? Omega square is equal to g sin theta upon r cos theta. Okay. So let us find now the value of this r. Okay. So for that, again consider the previous diagram. Here you know this is the length of the string, r is the radius of the circular track, and h is the height of the string. Okay, perpendicular height h. So from this figure you will get clear that sin theta is equal to r upon L. Therefore r is equal to L sin theta. So here we'll get the value of r as r is equal to L sin theta. Let us substitute this value of r L sin theta in equation number 3. So equation number 3 now becomes omega square is equal to g sin theta upon L sin theta cos theta. Okay. Now here sin theta get cancelled. So what will remain? G upon L cos theta. Okay. So taking square root on both the sides will get omega is equal to under root G L cos theta. Let us call this as equation number 4. Now we have the value of omega as under root G upon L cos theta. So we have to find the periodic time or period of revolution of the bob. So we know that omega is equal to 2 pi upon t, where t is period of revolution of the bob. So we can rearrange this. We'll get t is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Now substitute the value of omega from equation number 4. So we'll get 2 pi upon under root g upon L cos theta. So which is equal to 2 pi into under root L cos theta upon g. Okay. So this is the formula to calculate the period of revolution of the bob. In the same way, we can calculate the frequency of revolution. Frequency means number of revolution in a unit time. Now, it is nothing but the reciprocal of periodic time. So, therefore, if n is the frequency, we'll get n is equal to 1 upon t. So, n is equal to 1 upon, substitute the value of period. So, it is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root g upon L cos theta. Okay. So where g is the acceleration due to gravity, L is the length of the string, okay, theta is the angle made by the string. So if we will go through both the period and the frequency, what we can see here, 2 pi is the constant, g is constant. So what is going to change here is the theta and L. If L is constant, then theta is going to change, right? So period and frequency of the conical pendulum depends on length of the string and angle theta. Okay. So whatever the expression we have now seen, we are considering the inertial frame of reference, means where the Newton's laws are obeyed. And if we will consider now, the bob should be at rest, means it should feel that the bob is at rest. That is, in case of non-inertial frame of reference, suppose you will consider the conical pendulum, the horizontal circular motion with the frame of bob, in the bob's frame, then at that time bob will be at rest. So if bob should be at rest, then centripetal force should also be balanced, and this centripetal forces get balanced by centrifugal force. In case of, when we will consider the same motion with reference in the frame of bob, then we can write the equation as T sin theta is equal to m r omega square. Okay, so I hope this concept of conical pendulum may get clear to you. So you should able to write the expression to find the period and frequency of conical pendulum. Okay, try to write at home once again. Okay, so bye, and if you have any difficulty related to this, then you can ask me. So related to conical pendulum, some problems we'll discuss in the next lecture. Okay, before that you are going to try today the one solved problem on bank road, and you are going to write the expression of conical pendulum. That is your today's homework. Okay, bye, thank you.